I spent a pretty good part of my childhood with my uncle, Ricardo Ocadiz, one of the best concert pianists in Mexico. And well, being himself an admirer of John Williams, he ended up taking me down the path of cinema. I remember that he used to lend me his Super 8 camera and his 8mm projector, and with that I started to play and pretend that I was making movies. It seems to me that every afternoon for more than 5 years, I was immersed in the cinematographic world that my uncle introduced me to, which was like a parallel world to music, to his music. That's how he inspired me to be a filmmaker. And now that I think about it carefully, well, since the beginning of my life, I just knew I wanted to make films. Just as today I know that I will do so until the last day of my life. In the editing room of Love Without a Casket, my latest short film, the film montagist Roberto Eduardo Arenas Farquet and I faced a challenge. The literary script and the images composed for editing wanted to be one and the same. So, we had to build a center of visual energy, so to speak, where the script and the montage recognized each other. We wanted the subtext of the script and its focus on some of Jung's theories to come to life, and we achieved it after all. So this has been, for me, one of the greatest communions in terms of cinema that I have personally experienced since my beginnings. I postulate that sex is a transparent act in which consciousness sleeps to reveal our self. All that we really are as humans we can only see through our own sexual acts. That's why my stories postulate sex as a liberation. In Misplace the Rabbits, this short film nominated in this beautiful festival, the Tokyo International Short Film Festival, sex is glimpsed as the final destination of a girl in risk. What do I mean? Well, that soon that girl will be a frail teenager and that she will be alone. My vision is chaotic, always oniric, and it speaks a lot about unlove in all of its forms. My method, well, it's quite simple. I select a conflict, I boil it down to a single word, and I start to write the movie and to imagine it. First of all, my beloved master, Maja Milos. Well, metaphorically, it's as if she had frozen my brain at a certain stage, at the one called the suffering woman who enjoys sexual life. I cannot put aside the impact that her movie Clip has had in my life. Seriously, both as a director and a writer. Because without a vision like Maja Milos's, without her messages of pain, I will not be able to understand well what I want to do now with my cinematographic style and with my stories, because thanks to this master filmmaker, I now dare to show what I really want on the screen. And that's why I appreciate her so much, and her film. Mrs. Milos is like a relative who understands me perfectly. She's like an old friend who makes me feel safe. Secondly, the motion pictures of the great master Woody Allen. Always so loving, so grandiose, that when I watched them for the first time, I couldn't fully understand such huge love. Because my way of making movies is, and was about, this lack of love. But my master Woody Allen has ended up forming this idea of love in my head that contradicts me every day. And this is how this influence of love becomes sad visual poetry when I make movies. In fact, it was the film Cafe Society that ended up breaking with any conception of heartbreak that I had accepted in my reasoning. For this, I am very grateful to Mr. Woody Allen. For me, he is like a mentor, like a good friend, just like Milos, but one that accompanies you during the worst moments. Mr. Allen is a respectable person, a person of honor in whom I firmly believe till the end. In my perception, I find myself as a filmmaker at just the right time, when there's more support and openness for independent and auteur cinema, and art house cinema, which is what I do. In my humble opinion, every filmmaker has taken the impact of COVID to the best of their ability. Ultimately, filmmaking is cerebral.
Tu obra artística, amigo creador.
Your artistic work, creative friend, will be what you want it to be. It will automatically eliminate what doesn't fit with your ideologies as an artist. Because your work will be eternally faithful to you, even if you experience hardship by its side. In the end, you will both be able to see the sun shine together. Because, be sure about this, your work breathes and feels and reasons better than you do. So, fellow filmmaker, fellow artist, never stop pursuing artistic freedom. Because those who hate cinema and claim to love it still don't know it, and they may never do so. That is why you do not need to avoid these people, because your cinematographic work, your artistic work, will always be the one that best defends you and will shine above everything in this world, above everyone's head.
Nunca dejes de ser feliz con tu arte.
Never stop being happy with your art.
Creo que en el final de una historia,
I believe that at the end of a story begins a change for humanity.
hagamos buenas historias.
So, let's make good stories.
Me parece que el público ahora está menos comprometido con aquella.
It seems to me that the audiences are now less committed to those films that subject them to reality, that hardly anyone wants to suffer watching a movie, meaning no one wants to witness suffering in a film. And it's a shame.
Se van a perder varios de mis películas.
Many will miss out on my movies.
Hemos comenzado con la...
We've started with the shooting of my debut feature film, A Wakefulness of Indocility, which is based on my third literary fiction novel. We hope to have it ready for festivals at the end of 2022. Likewise, I'm working with a crew of only a few members, just as my yogi, David Lynch, has advised. My crew consists of true friends, family, with experience of course, with the heart to create and to support me. I'm never actually alone in cinema. I have many good people who surround me, help me, and protect me.
Como todos los integrantes de
Just like all the members of the Tokyo International Short Film Festival. Thank you so much for your love. Really.
Quiero contarles que hoy formo parte de la comunidad de la Fundación David Lynch.
I want to share that I am part of the David Lynch Foundation community as a practitioner of transcendental meditation, very close to the great film master, Mr. David Lynch. The truth is that I feel happier than ever in my Genius Lounge. And to give you a little taste of what A Wakefulness of Indocility is going to be, I want to tell you guys what it is all about. It's about a woman, Gertrudis, a woman who fights against her own instincts of sexuality, who is an insomniac, and who tries to see a reality that doesn't seem to belong to her. in order to finally get what's missing in her life: a home. This is such an exquisite vision into intimacy, and you're all invited to watch this movie on its premiere. Many thanks to Tokyo International Short Film Festival for all the love. I'm with you always, my brothers and sisters. Kisses. Thank you.